How to remind myself. All right, we're recording now. Okay.
Version of tutorial 1 and welcome to Adobe Rush CC on my smartphone. Once you are signed in with your Adobe ID, you will be asked to start a new project.
Miss Cat,
share screen.
Button, bottom end of the interface.
I'm sorry, what's the problem?
It's possible to start a new project by taking...
I'm sorry, what now?
Share the screen.
Can you see it?
No, ma'am.
Okay. Oh, share screen. Thank you for letting me know. Can you see the screen now? You should say Vimeo.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Sorry about that. All right, here we go.
Welcome to the mobile version of tutorial 1 and welcome to Adobe Rush CC on my smartphone. Once you are signed in with your Adobe ID, you will be asked to start a new project. You can do that with a tap on the plus sign button on the bottom end of the interface.
Can everybody see okay?
It's possible to start with a new project by taking a video.
Can everybody see okay now?
Yes, ma'am.
Video.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
Or a photo with Rush. This will give you great pro features to shoot film with, like exposure, white balance, focus, zoom, and select different resolutions and frame rates. But let's close the camera and search for my media, which could be on my film roll, Dropbox, and in my case, the Creative Cloud. In my folder for this course are clips located which I will use. By selecting the media files, you are actually building a sequence in this new project. The order of selecting becomes your rough edit. Don't forget to give the project a name. Just before we hit create, I would like to point out that there's an option to sync the files with the Creative Cloud. While being on Wi-Fi, the whole project will be uploaded to the Creative Cloud. And that allows you to continue working on tablet or desktop computer. An ideal way of working. Now let's hit create. And this is the editing interface of Adobe Rush CC. Even on a small screen, you've got the entire interface of Rush literally beneath your fingertips. But hey, it's synced with the Creative Cloud, so I'll show you the editing part on my tablet. Though keep in mind that the whole process can be done on mobile, tablet and desktop computer. I see my on phone created project when I open Premiere Rush on my tablet. I'll open the project. Use the pinch gesture to zoom in on the timeline. This will give us a close look to the first clip. I want to shorten the first clip just a little bit. Select the clip and tab and drag the right orange handle to the left just a little bit. All clips on the right hand side will jump to the left as well on this magnetic timeline. On the second clip, we will cut a bit from the beginning and the ending of this clip with the same technique of tabbing and dragging the orange handles. The third clip is way too long. Let's cut it short with the use of the scissors. This will split the clip, so you can delete it with the trash can button. Let's continue this process with the other clips and aim to tell the story within 30 seconds. There are several different workspaces to work in. The thing that bothers me right now is the sound underneath some clips. I just want to hear the music. Select the clip with sound underneath and go to the audio workspace. In here, you can mute the audio, and I'll do that for the other clip too. This is the end of tutorial number 1. In the next one, we will add titles, work with color, and do some speed changes. In that demo, I'll use the version on my desktop computer. But by now you should know that you can do it all as well on a smartphone or tablet.
So, what do you think? That's pretty cool, isn't it? I mean, did you think that you could edit a video like that on your cell phone?
Yeah.
Yeah, because the iMovie.
Yeah, iPhone's really great. You know, people shoot.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. You know, they shoot full movies. Like, have you seen some on YouTube and stuff? Full movies that were shot on iPhone.
Mhm.
They got good lenses on them. There's stuff that you can put on them. like you can get these little tripods now that you can put your cell phone on, and you can get gimbals, and you can get I'll show you mine. I got mine. Tell me if you guys have any. I've got one that I don't know if you can see. Can you see this? Whoop.
Yeah.
So I've got one of these that's got a little light on it. It's got 3 different light variations on it, and you put the camera in. And mine's a cheapo one. There's some you could get that's really nice. It's big. It's like big. The big ones. Let me show you the examples of that one. Basic one. So here's the example. This is the project that you're going to be doing. And they give you an example. And I'll show you where the files are. All right, here we go. Share a screen. You guys ready? Can you see the screen? Should it say Adobe Exchange? Yeah? Say something, yes or no?
Yes, we can see.
Thank you.
Yes.
Okay. Now, I've showed a whole video one day and nobody said a word. So this was just a little 30-second video, and they're just showing you an example of what you can do with this. And so let me see. Let me show you. Make sure.
In the first tutorial, we've created a rough edit in order to save the ocean from our plastic waste.
Oh, sorry, I missed. Hold on, I messed up here. Let me make sure I'm showing you everything here. Hold on. All right, they're showing you more tutorial. Okay.
If I want to rearrange my clips, I can easily drag around the clip.
Right? Okay, hold on. I'm trying to. Sorry, I jumped ahead of myself.
In the first tutorial, we've created a rough edit in order to save the ocean from our plastic waste. If I want to rearrange my clips, I can easily drag around the clips on my magnetic timeline. In between the shots of plastic and the beautiful ocean with the turtle and the jellyfish, I would like to create a transition. Select the Transition Workspace button to reveal that interface. In here, we will find a few basic transitions that you can use. I would like to use the dip to wide transition to emphasize we are entering the dream of a plastic-free ocean. Just select the transition and leave it in between the 2 shots. We can also adjust the length of the transition by extending it. I'll do that again over here. The shot with the jellyfish will become more beautiful if you would create a slow motion effect on it. Go to the Speed workspace and then select the jellyfish clip. Slow down the clip to, let's say, 60% and cut off the extra bit to keep the edit at 30-second length. Now let's add some titles on here. We will start with a big title at the start of our video with the text, "What are we doing to our ocean?" In order to do that, we will need to open the title workspace. So let's open it. In here we find a variety of titles and lower thirds we can use. I'm searching for the one that looks best for my story. When you found the right title, drag it just above the clip on the timeline and let go. By double-clicking on the text, you will be able to alter the text. In the options on the right-hand side of the interface, we can make several adjustments. but what you can alter is up to the original design of the template. Based on my original idea for this edit, I will need to create multiple titles. Finally, I want to add a little bit more drama to the shots. It's also possible to alter the title. If you only want to have one line of text, just disable the color of the text and the color of the shape in the background. If you want to reposition the text, you'll need to go into the crop and rotate workspace in order to move it horizontally or vertically. Adding drama can be done by doing some color grading in the color workspace. There are some great presets available in here, which you can add to your clips on your timeline. In this case, I will select one shot and add a cinematic look. If this is not exactly what you want, then it's possible to edit the shot by jumping into the Edit panel and play with things like exposure, shadow, highlights, etc. By now I think the video is done, ready to leave your computer and find its way to YouTube, Facebook, or somewhere else. You need to export, let's say share your video. So let's select share and give your file a name. In here you can select the folder to save it to, let's say, your desktop. When you enable YouTube or one of the other options, you will be able to upload your video directly to that platform when you are signed in. With all settings correct, hit export and you will have your video ready to be shared. Thank you for taking this course and keep in mind that there's plenty more to learn on the other.
Okay. All right. Anybody have any questions, thoughts, opinions? Anything they're thinking about on this thing? Does this look like something you could do, or you think it'll be pretty cool?
I think it would be cool.
Cool. Yeah. Kiana, what do you think? It's, you know, give you a little break from the computer for a little bit.
It'll be. I think it's doable. I think.
All right, and so here's where I'm going to let me show you where this all is going to be. All right, so you're going to go under week 5 because this is week 5. You know, we're almost to midterm. A couple more weeks, we're going to be at midterm. Can you believe that? Yeah, I know. Eddie, how you feeling about that? It's almost midterm.
I feel pretty confident about it.
All right. Malik, how you feeling about that? Malik, are you still awake? All right, let's share the other one. Cameron, are you still awake?
Yes.
Okay. Just checking. All right. Let me make sure I can. All right. Now. Uh-oh. What I was thinking about. Hold on. Yeah, okay. Wait a minute. Can you see, what are you seeing right now? Stop sharing. Let me share again. All right, so this is the under right here. Do you see assignment, course content? I can't hear you. Yes?
Yes.
Okay, good. And so when you click on, let's just say you click on this, I'm making sure everybody knows where to find it. So everything we do is under these modules. And that's for the first week that I put some things the wrong place. But right here is week 5. So you go under week 5 and every single thing we do this week is here. And this is the tutorial that I just showed that you can go look at again and again and again. Basic idiot. And I if you want to see it big the way I showed it, you see how I've clicked on it, it turned orange up here? Click that and it'll be in your whole screen. You'll be able to watch it a little easier. Okay. And then here is more video examples. Was that the one? Okay, That was just a project advantage. Okay, yeah, that's just a project example. So an idea of what you can do. Right here is the video files for the assignment. Everybody, I need you to really look at this right now, where to find this. So the project, this is your assignment for this week. It's due next week. I want you to just get in there and play around a little bit with this. So video files for the assignment, this is where you go. It's a Google folder. You click on it, and it's going to give you all the clips that you need. It's going to give you the music that you need. There's a photo in here. Drina, you got it? Manufacturer, and there should be music in there. Track the bottle. I think, is there music in there? Should definitely have music in there. And maybe you could try to make it, sort of look like, I mean, I just want to know that you're in there playing around with it, and you're just getting yourself acquainted with it. That's the whole object of the whole assignment. You're not making any great work of art. I just want you to get in there and know you're thinking, and just know you're in there playing around with it, and you're getting to know, acquainted with it, so that when we do have your own project, that maybe I might tell you to tell a story or something like that, I want you to, you're going to feel comfortable using the tools. Okay. So does everybody know where to get these files at? So you download these here. Yeah. So you would have to download this on your phone. So hopefully you've got enough room on your phone. Okay. Yeah. See, there's the file. And so what you do is, you go back off of this. Okay, so what you do is that you are in the app, and inside the app you can import. I would download all those files on your phone, and then you can import all those files into your projects in Rush, Adobe Rush. And then you can, you can just look at that example that I have up there. And then there was I'll see if I could put that. There was a third video that I did put in there. So I'm going to see if I can go find that and put that in there too. It was part 2, and let you look at that. And just look at those videos and look at it and look at the example, and just, play around and putting your clips together, and see what you can do. And, and if by chance you really hate this on your phone, you don't like, like me, something little on my phone like this is hard for me to see. So, I mean, I have a big computer I put stuff on, and I'm not going to yell at you for that, because, this does work on a desktop or a laptop. And then that project can be expanded or changed or whatever in Premiere. So these two work together. Just Rush is a pared down version of Premiere, the video software. I think you guys, by the end of this class, are going to be the best editors in this school. Just have a feeling. All right. Any reflections, thoughts, conversations? Natori, how are you doing today? I can't see you, but how you doing? Okay, I'm assuming everything's hunky-dory out there right now because nobody's speaking. So we have 30 minutes until the end of this class. So what we're going to do, I'm treating this class as if we were in the school, in our classroom, in person. So we're going to be hanging out here, and I want you to take this time to go ahead, and if you have any issues, raise your hand at me, Miss Cat, and I'll help you, and we'll get it fixed together here in class. Okay? So we're gonna treat this like studio time because that's the presentation that I have. And like I said, let me go. I'm gonna go find that other video that I had shown because I don't have it up on week 5 for some reason. I only have 2 videos, so let me put that up for you. But yeah, start working right now on it and give me a shout if I can help you.
Welcome to the smartphone or tablet.
Hey guys, I got a question for you. Is anybody familiar with augmented reality? Does anybody ever play what's that game, where you go catch those little creatures, like the my brain just went blank. Like the chicken the little thing, the little, you go catch these little monsters all over town, augmented reality.
Pokemon game.
Pokemon. Anybody play Pokemon or anything like that, or
I did, but I didn't, because they were sending people to strange places as well.
Pikachu. Yeah. I know. I used to have to go to this college and try to get these Pikachus, and I don't know. I always get my butt kicked. I stopped playing. um. Anyway, so augmented reality is really cool because you point your phone, you see this object here, and it's really interesting. So, I just have thought I'm just pitching it out there to you guys. I can only see 1, 2, 3 people here, 2 people here at an actual time. But I was thinking once we get through doing some stuff in Premiere, I might do a lesson on augmented reality because I'm into virtual reality and augmented reality and all that stuff. That I might do like a little lesson on that, and for your final project, give you that as an option if you are interested in exploring that, or do the final project. I usually give students a chance to decide what their final project is to give you some creativity. So that's why I brought that up, to see if you had any knowledge or interest in augmented reality, because that's a huge thing. And Adobe has apps for that too, that you can make your own AR.
Have you seen the show? Well, it's a show on Netflix called Black Mirror.
Tell me the name of that.
Black Mirror.
I'm writing that down. Tell me about it.
So Black Mirror is, I don't know the exact word on how to describe it, but the show is just different scenarios, basically. Like how you just talked about the augmented reality. It was like this one episode where the guy, he had flew overseas, and he got involved with like this electronic company or this gaming system, and they put a chip in him. And so he thought it seemed like a good idea, but the chip was making him see things that, like, it was like video games, for instance. Like the chip was playing a video game like Whack-A-Mole or something. I'm gonna send you the link, but it's relating.
Yeah, I love that. Yeah.
It was relating to it. But Black Mirror has a whole bunch of different scenarios. Like, it was this one episode where they play a virtual game, but as soon as you start the game, you lose all sense of reality. You're just only focused on the game. So you're playing as that character. And the whole show makes you think, like, I'm going to just send you the episodes I'm talking about because it's real crazy and it relates to what we're focusing on.
And it's on HBO?
No, it's on Netflix, and every episode is different. No, you know how some episodes like connect to each other when you're watching a series? Yeah, it's not like that with that one. It's just a whole bunch of different scenarios. It's really interesting.
Well, now like AR is getting ready to fire up. I don't know if anybody has I don't have goggles yet, but Oculus has been bought by Facebook, and so
Oh,
it's about to get on fire right now because what's happening is that virtual reality is turning into social media. So basically, Oculus have all these games on, and say like Madrina and me and Kiana, we can all be on the same team, and it's like reality, man. You're running around with these little guns and swords and stuff, chasing the bad guy, and you feel like you're like really inside of it. It's kind of
mhm.
getting more like that in real life.
Okay.
All right, let me look for this other video here. I just ran across that and I thought maybe you guys might have interest in this.
That's a-
Welcome to the mobile version of tutorial 1.
I'm sorry, Miss Cat. I heard you calling my name. I was helping my grandma get my baby sister situated, trying to teach her how to. Yeah.
So, do you know what to do? Are you all set?
Uh, as of now, I know to download Premiere Rush,
Uh-huh.
correct?
Do you know where? And
But I have to go back through the files to look at. Well, go to the week in Blackboard
so you got to
to
go to
see
week
what you want.
5, and I've got all the videos that I showed there. I
Uh-huh.
have a second tutorial I have to put up there, but and then underneath that below is the files that you download,
Uh-huh.
and then you download those into Adobe Rush, and then you just put those together and make your video.
Okay.
So also one thing I didn't mention, I haven't created the assignment yet, is because we're going to meet Friday too. So I'm not going to set a deadline right now on this assignment. The whole really is just about just getting familiar with the app and getting comfortable with the tools and just kind of finding your way around it. So we'll meet up on Friday too, and I could help you with any issue you have and stuff. Um, I don't, Notori, did I answer all your questions there? Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. All right. So I'm trying to deep dive for this other. Can you start at Adobe Rush? Oh, here we go. Is this it? So how was everybody able to download Rush on your phone, or is there any issues or anything?
Doing it.
Tori, what did you say?
Mine's downloading right now.
Oh, it's downloading right now.
Mine's downloading right now too.
Cool beans.
Yes,
Okay.
ma'am.
All right, just check.
Mine too.
Cool. I'm just trying to get this extra video up here on Blackboard. That's what I'm doing. Okay. This is good.
Recording. Hi everyone, welcome to my filmmaking 101 video, or what I am currently thinking of as how to make decent quality looking video with your mobile phone in the midst of the pandemic. So let's start with the who, what and why. My name is Barry Gibb. I am a filmmaker, but I used to be a scientist. So this basically is my attempt, given the circumstances, to try and condense a workshop that I normally do.
All right, I'm going to stop the recording for this second right now because we're paused. I'm just going to pause and record. Share screen. Share screen.
So I don't know about you, but I am absolutely sick to the back teeth of looking at videos like this on the television at the moment. Have you got a good enough look of my nostrils there? Yeah, I mean, it's like everywhere you look at the moment, we've got some sort of expert who is sort of way too close to the camera at a really horrible angle. And it's not flattering, let's be honest. When I'm watching these videos, I'm constantly thinking to myself, first and foremost, it's like you've picked up your laptop and you've just put it on the table where you normally work, and you're not giving any thought to the fact that you're about to be broadcasting yourself. So the first thing you do is lift the laptop. Don't have it where you would normally have it for working. Have it in front of you at around the same height as your face, so that you can actually talk to it the way you would talk to a person. You never talk to people like this. So why suddenly, when you're on national television, are you looking at it from that particular angle? It doesn't look good. It detracts from what you're trying to say, importantly. So I think that's one of my first things. Put the laptop on top of some books. My wife is using an old jigsaw to put her laptop on, and it just means for all of those FaceTime calls and video calls and meetings that people are doing at the moment, it just looks a little bit better. The second thing with those calls is lighting. For light for these calls, try not to be sitting in a position whereby you are being bombarded with flat light. And what I mean by that is you've set up your laptop in front of a window, the light is just streaming in, and what it's doing is creating a very flat image. What is far better is to angle yourself so that you're getting more light coming in from one side than the other. And what that will do is help give your face depth. It looks better, it's more flattering, and I know that that shouldn't be, it's not about trying to create the most aesthetically pleasing image all the time, but it does help. The other thing is proximity to the actual laptop or camera that you're using as well. I have no idea why people are sitting so close to their laptops. these microphones are designed to pick up human voices, so feel free to sit back a little bit from your device so that you don't actually look like you're trying to eat it. It just creates this kind of overwhelmingly large, unnatural perspective that detracts from what you're trying to say, and that's the most important thing. So the next thing I want to focus on is the actual device that you're going to be using yourself. So let's say that you've got your mobile phone and you want to be shooting some video with it. Now, if you actually go into your camera settings, you'll probably find that there's lots of different ways that you can actually record video. On this device that I have, it's an iPhone XR. It allows you to go everything from slow motion, time-lapse, 4K, 1080, 720, all of these terms regarding the quality of the video that you can shoot. For most of the stuff that I would imagine we would want to be doing, or you would want to be doing, that may be getting used for social media or just getting it out there on the web quite quickly, shooting at something like 720 frames progressive at about 25 or 30 frames per second, whichever your particular device is capable of handling, is a great benchmark to go for. You know, if most people are going to be watching the material on their own phone.
So here's a really important point right now, if everybody can hear me, is that a lot of cell phones shoot at 4K, but you know, I'm not sure if you ever want to shoot more than what your cell phone can do. You definitely don't want to shoot in 240p, or, you know, you want to shoot is in the highest, it's just like, you know, in pixels in Photoshop, it's the same in video. You want to shoot something around 4K. You could also shoot, and we'll talk about the resolution and dimensions more as we get into editing.
Really not that much point in going higher than 720. That's still high definition. There's no point going up to 4K. It takes up too much space on your phone. It's more likely to just cause problems with the sort of the workflow that you're trying to create. What we want to do is have the simplest possible flow of recording to output. Before you use your phone, check the battery. Check that notifications are off. The last thing you need is when you're in the midst of some kind of interview or you're using your phone to film something and the notifications go off. It's just really annoying and it looks really unprofessional. It has happened. It has happened. So let's get into the meat of this. Let's get into the filmmaking 101. The best thing that you can have that will transform your video from amateur to professional is something like this. Just a tiny little travel tripod, which I've picked up from a large online retailer for about 10 quid. This thing alone will allow you to record footage that immediately people will not be certain how you recorded it. It can look absolutely professional. And the reason is quite simply the stability. You know that you've probably been talking to your family and you know, everyone's walking around holding their phone and looking ridiculous. But once you've got your camera, your phone, stuck to something like this, it immediately looks a lot better because you have a stable image and it's not floating around everywhere. It also means you have a lot more control. Once it's on the tripod, I can control the composition. If I'm interviewing somebody, I'm now in a position where I can place the camera anywhere that I want to. I can take into account factors like lighting, etc. But the important thing is this is not going to be juddering around, making it look cheap, shoddy, unprofessional. Immediately, you've lifted your film to a higher quality. I love lighting. I absolutely love lighting. At the moment, this is entirely naturally lit, as simple as it gets. And in fact, I would say that probably in the 15 years or so that I've been making films, I'd say it's probably for the first decade, almost everything I did was entirely naturally lit. And that was great because what it allowed me to do was take advantage of all the environmental factors that were around me. So clearly, windows become an excellent factor when you're wanting to interview somebody. If you're going to be interviewing somebody or talking to somebody on camera, through your phone and you want them to look good, try not to have them with a window behind them. That's just going to cause havoc with your exposure. It's going to silhouette them. It's going to look bad. By the same token, try not to have the inverse of that, so that you've got somebody with just a flat light coming straight at them. So it's flattening their face and taking away all of the detail and the texture and just creating a less flattering appearance for them. Try, if you can, to have a situation where the light is coming more to one side of the face than the other. Also, if I was interviewing somebody, I'd probably ask them to sit a little bit to one side, and then, even though they're looking right at me, this kind of slightly to the side appearance always just happens to look a little bit better. So I often encourage people to do that. You kind of come into the composition of the interview. The way I'm talking to you now, again, straight down the lens, is kind of what I go for these days in the face of social media. I try and make films where when I've got my main interviewee, they're dead center and they're talking, well, I create the illusion of them talking straight down the lens. Now, talking down the lens is actually quite a skill, but the way I do this, the way I create that effect, is that I often have the camera around their eye level, and then I ask them to talk to me so that they make eye contact with me, but I deliberately line myself up with the camera so that there's almost no gap at all between my eyes and where they're looking. And the reason I do that is partly because the people that I interview are not used to being on camera and they're kind of uncomfortable with it. So if I immediately start asking them to look down the lens, etc., it's just a bit tricky, and it often creates an uncomfortable interview. And the results speak.
Okay, stop share. I don't know if anybody was into that or not, but I thought, and I put it up on under week 5. Everybody's checked out. Are we still here?
Yes, ma'am.
Cameron, Simone, you guys here?
I'm still here.
Your participation is based on being here.
I'm here, Miss Cat.
Being blacked out like that doesn't show participations. I'm a little. All right, did everybody get this? I didn't get to show all of that. I will. I post that under week 5, and there may be some test questions with some of him on there. I thought that was an excellent video, because after you get this thing with Rush, I may send you out to do like a little make a little video in the future. So that was just after you do this exercise, that will likely be your next project. So there's some good tips on there. Okay, so where's everybody at right now? Check in with me. Everybody in here, check in with me. Where are you at with everything? Statement. Can everybody hear her?
She says she had a class. She has a class. So I think she's about to leave the Zoom call.
All right. See you Friday.
I have a class too, Miss Cat. I'm getting ready to go as well.
All right. How are you doing on things? Real quick. Check in with me real quick.
I'm good, Miss Cat.
You feel pretty good with it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'll see you Friday.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Bye. You guys gotta go?
All right. Thank you.
Okay. Are you okay with everything?
Yes, ma'am.
You have any questions?
No, ma'am.
Okay. I'll see you on Friday. Let's see. Anybody else? Anybody else need to go? Anybody else need help and want to keep working? Okay. Kiana,
No, ma'am, I'm good.
Okay. I'm going to add those other video. Oh, stop. Okay, so I'm going to add today on here, and I'll add those other videos, and everything's under week 5. So if you need any help, just give me a shout, and we'll be here Friday at 11.
Alrighty.
All right, well, let's call it the day, friends. See you on Friday.
All right, bye.
Later, bye.